What is gang stalking? What is it? When you first come out of a store, someone comes in, opens the door, and there's got a whole bunch of people coming at you. A big group to plug up your environment. As soon as I got out of that pharmacy, one standing on the right side to make the passage tighter. You look around far away, you see all those movements taking place. Look at the people coming in. Look. Watch. Watch. That's what it is. A bunch of people come around you in cars and on bikes and walking and in stores to do nothing but annoy you and irritate you in a way where you feel like your soul is being sucked out of you. Why? Tight spaces. You see how all these cars are parked? The only one that's parked closer to the curb is this one. Why? Because there's a garbage bin there to make the passage tighter. And the person is in that car too. So when you look at all these spaces, they're designed for you. Because when you get to an area, it gets prepped as you get there. And it's got a lot of psychological warfare in it. Now you're going to see it calm down a lot because I pulled out my phone and started recording. That guy's still waiting there. If I wasn't recording, he would have walked over here. Now he's going to walk. So this is it. It's not gang stalking. What it is, guys, it's basically a machine that's designed to weaken and dismantle everybody who's super talented, who's a star, the leader. In a world where it has been built by an entity that lives on it in a different realm, which is so hard to believe. Believe me, I'm a skeptic too. So this entity, what it does is, because it cannot control you. Guys, this is gonna sound strange to you. Believe me, I've only found this out recently, and you know me, if I'm not 100% sure, I wouldn't open my mouth. There are two kinds of human beings. There's one that's a TRUEMAN, I call it, because he's his own independent thinking entity. He's got a soul and emotions and is driven by the way he feels. And there's a one-man. One-man is one brain controls millions of people. Only one thinking entity that have no touch with themselves. They're not there. Their mind is completely controlled by that entity. And it's not something of human creation. It's supernatural. This is why gang stalking, they say it's demonic. It is. So what that entity tried to do, it's been living with us for 10,000 years. It created this big machine we live in today, this world, developed world. This developed world doesn't benefit anybody. That's human. We all know it. As you get to a place, a car comes in, you've seen it in all my videos. But what I want to show you in this video, what they do to super strong people. See, as I come in here, someone's standing outside talking. So when I pass by them, they talk your ears off, or they pace in front of you. This. The whole time, 24/7 around your eyes and your ears. You have a microchip in you. If you watch a movie like Glass, they show you these superheroes. How do they contain them? They put a collar around his neck. Coughing is a huge thing. 24/7 all year round, there's coughing around me. It depends who's around me to cough. So tightening the passage. So you feel tight. Your heart, your soul gets all entrapped. Everywhere you go. Busy, not busy. It's not about how busy it is. It's what happens when I get to the spot that I need to get to. The motion that's constant. So now if I was walking over there, look, it's not busy. Nothing's coming in and out. But look at here where I just passed. This is what it is. So basically that guy parks over there right now. Pretends he's waiting for something. He tightened up my passage. Now someone comes out of there. Someone comes out of here. They do the job. There you go. He's coming. It's a machine. All right, this entity, it is the all-seeing eye. The all-seeing eye is not some creation by human beings that are called Rothschilds. The all-seeing eye is a alien entity that doesn't live in our realm, that tapped into it, controlled the minds of all these. Now he's gonna walk back.
Have a good one.
See, at the exact moment that I got here, he walks back, this guy shuts the trunk, and a bunch of people come walking and talking loud. You heard them. Yeah, this is it. Far away, look at far away. People just crossing back and forth. It's not that it's busy, guys. It's around you. Look at over there. How come there are no people? There will be now if I keep heading that way, or they'll come out of the building. This is what it is. So I'm at the point right now where I'm ready to remove my microchip. I'm strong. I'm gonna make appointments with ophthalmologists so the machine gets tighter on you, because they don't want you to remove the collar around your neck that they imprisoned you with. So like I said, this entity controls a lot of minds, but it can't control certain people's minds. They have an independent mind. So in this society right now, technology was created as soon as Wi-Fi was available, guys. As soon as it was available, microchips were going into people back in mid-90s. That's when it started out, the internet as Wi-Fi. So they come out of places and walk in front of you and talk. Bikes come towards you. It's around you. It's a machine of noise and motion. Now you ask yourself, well, these people are not human beings. Do they know what they're doing to you? They have no clue. There's nothing in there. It's one man controlling these minds to take out a Truman. Watch the Truman Show, the movie. So this entity is responsible for making all these movies for us. Because believe it or not, every single person in the entity is controlled that works in that place. Those aren't just creative ideas. It speaks to us in every single movie we see. Watch every single movie that Hollywood produced, or anybody, the last 100 years. Tell me if you don't see one broomstick in one movie, someone insinuating dirt, disgust, toilet paper, anything, any of those things that I mentioned. One movie. Now, sometimes it applies, but most of the time it doesn't. They have to insert that in there. Guys, there's a reason why the witch rides a broomstick. So there are certain elements on those movies, and it's always about the eye, the eye, the eye, the eye. The eye is this entity that lives in a different realm that wants to come to this realm and pretty much control us, take over. It embodied itself with all these kind of like dead bodies. That's the reason why they make a lot of zombie movies and vampire movies. They don't take a bite out of you physically. They don't suck your blood out with fangs, but they do it this way. They put the machine on you. That's the machine. There's nothing different. It pretty much ripped the soul right out of you through the sight, through the hearing. Noise in motion. Noise in motion, always coming towards you to clog you up, to claustrophobia, to make you feel like your soul is being pulled out, and that's exactly what's happening. So when you watch a movie like Glass, they say they're superheroes. They're superheroes because they're their own thinking entity. So the entity itself is trying to make movies to give itself more, higher its self-esteem and lower ours. In a way to, okay, well, the superheroes die in the end and the entity takes over. You know what I mean? That's the talking. That's the idea. Constant running. Wherever you look. For any excuse. Lights, no lights. There's still 8 minutes left. I looked to the light. 8 seconds. Everything, everything. You were supposed to be surrounded with a machine that's constant around you. I've been complaining about my next door neighbor. You know, people coming close to get help. Before the time comes, they just stand there. All these strange things that are illogical are in your surroundings. So people that have the machine put on them are true human beings with a soul and emotion. Believe it or not every single one on the planet is like that. This may come as new news for you, but it's been with us for 10,000 years. They're the ones responsible for wars, for infiltrating groups, tribes, bringing out world wars. Because this entity, what it doesn't care about is bodies. So constant talking, even if it's an excuse to say thank you or please or welcome, as long as there's around you, around your ears, as far as you can hear, constant noise and constant motion in your face. See? Listen. I have never been in a bus in my life without somebody talking in it, even if there's 3 people at 4 a.m. So, guys, this entity pretty much is responsible for all those disasters on Earth and building this grid, this machine. Because what happens to soulless corpses when their mind is controlled? They have no character, no personality. So this entity needs to mimic to survive. Because survival is based on emotion and your soul, how you feel. You feel something, you go do it. That's what makes you survive. So you have this sense, the feel, where it's you sense it in order to do it, in order to save yourself. This is straight attached to the source, which we call God. Now this physical entity pretty much wants to eliminate the Trumans. Now at the moment it's done a big number on us for the past couple of thousand years. It used us as batteries. Now it's using us as batteries. It pins us, microchips us, and it tells us that through all the movies that it does. It speaks to you symbology, numerology. It's plastered all over the place, on businesses, on signs, on cars, in the movies, everything. Everything that's physical has these numbers and symbols. Now, if you look at the dates that most wars started, or big events or disasters, and how many people, this entity loves to use numbers 6 and 13. A lot of wars in the world started on the day 13th, or the 6-day war, or look at all these numbers. When you trace all these events way back in history and you realize 90% of them have those numbers in them, it makes you question who's running the show, who's making the big decisions, who's controlling both sides. Guys, this entity controlled everything in all the world wars. Everything, all the heads on top. So you might ask yourself, why would it do that to itself and kill all these people if it controls them? Guys, in order to stress, brainwash, and control the Trumans that are spread out around the crowds, to make them miserable, to make them always stay in fear and worry, in constant annoyment and irritation. Look at the internet. You can't browse anything without windows popping up and things popping up. That's not by chance or for money. That's by architecture. It's architected that way specifically to bring about a certain kind of irritation for you as a Truman, a human being with a soul and emotions. So we're split into two, and this entity has done a huge number on us, which we are called the real human beings. Huge number over the last thousands of years. Pretty much it built a grid right now, a huge machine where it can pin the Trumans and the one-mans, pins the Trumans and one-mans on them. How? Everything is by clock, breakfast, lunch, dinner. If you had to mimic somebody, wouldn't it be better if you created a program? Because then you'll know exactly the time they're gonna eat, the time they're gonna go to work, 9 to 5, and how would you know the time? You create watches. You know why the clock was created? Everything in our existence, guys, especially electricity, to create this grid for them. For the one-mans to have a better chance and easier way to mimic the Truman and find out everything about them. That's why we have a lot of cameras everywhere. It's that entity, that thinking virus that lives in the other realm that wants to see in this realm. That's the reason we have all these cameras. Now, yes, corpses or human beings created those cameras, but for who in the end? This entity relies on influence more than anything. So annoyingness. You can't move. There's always someone walking beside you, wants to cross, someone coming. You don't have that open space to take a breather. At this time, there should be one car here, not 100. Always someone turning right and left in front of you. Always someone walking towards you from far away. You look that way, there's someone there. You look this way, there's someone there. It's a machine around you that pretty much drains you of your energy. It's a battle of energy. They want to rip the soul right out of you because that's how Truman functions. He has a soul and emotion. He needs peace in order to think. So, yes, the movies, this entity pretty much is in control of all of them. I can prove it to you that the same elements exist in every single movie out there ever made, or show, or song. Elements, messages, symbology, numerology. And no, it's not the Rothschilds or these guys. Physically it is, but it's this outer entity that controls this. Now, how does this concern me? I guess they've proved it to me. So when I walk and look that way, they have to keep walking somehow, even though they have no reason to walk and look. There's nothing going on right now. So this is what do people walking towards. It's wherever you look. Any place you look, there has to be constant motion. You can't escape it. Doesn't matter if it's 4 a.m. So the reason why I made this video today for you guys, I want to show you certain things, put some movie clips in it, you know, and you have to pretty much, when you put clips, you know, they're walking towards the bus. That's how it is. When you put clips in your YouTube videos, you have to obviously say they're for fair use, so you're allowed to showcase the video, because then they block you in over 230 countries, nobody will see your video. the reason why I want to do that is I want to pretty much prove to you guys that they do that in every single movie out there. Guys, I'm always surrounded all day long by FedEx trucks, school buses, cop cars, ambulances, and now I'm getting a phone call. And fire trucks, everything, all day long, around me, garbage trucks too. Watch the Truman Show, how the garbage cans, they put cameras in them, they can come close to them. Well, the cameras are not outside only, they're inside Truman's eye. That's the microchip. So I'm in the process of removing it, you know? And sort of this evil entity that had me microchip wants to fight back. How? This way. Now you'll ask yourself, well, hey man, those are real human beings around you. How come? How could they be controlled like this? Believe me, I've asked this question for a year. See how the light turned red as soon as I got out? As soon as you get out. Those things happen to me every day and every single light everywhere I go. It's this thing that's working against you, that's pushing you back, putting objects in your, obstacles in your way. Trying to, you know, pretty much not just slow you down enough till you're dysfunctional, on drugs, or addicted to physical pleasures, fully living in them, because then you become a slave. That's the goal, to keep you dismantled and not kill you physically, completely eliminate you. They want to use your energy because you have supernova energy that pretty much comes out of emotion, that, you know, the base is the soul. And that's what the one-mans don't have. Haven't you noticed, guys? A lot of people out there are cold. And a lot of things in the media, they try to tell us that human beings are bad. We created this. We did this to ourselves. Guys, it's this entity trying to make you feel like shit. Excuse my français. That's all. The real Truman or women, the true human, does not do that. True women don't become porn stars. For example, true men are not rapists and child molesters. It's this entity controlling these bodies that are soulless with no emotion. Even if I come to a quiet place like this, as I cross, I have to have someone walking towards me. Keep looking, someone on the other side so I can see from the corner of my eye. Now you can see this in all my videos, a lot of it, someone crossing over there. You can't rest. So, what was I saying? If you don't have a soul, then you have no emotion, no remorse. You're capable of doing all these things. So there's two kinds of human beings, do not forget that. The one true kind is pinned in the middle in circular mazes where they surround you with 10,000 other one-mans. So you become hopeless. You get depressed. You're being attacked. Psychological warfare, the way they talk to you, mistreatment, everything. There's certain levels of it depending on the human being, is how much you can handle. And I want to really include, see, as I come here, somebody comes out. He's going to move or talk on the phone. Or talk to the other. Huh? He's talking and pointing. The other one, here, he's going to go back in. He did his job. I'm not passing by all the way on the other side. Nobody's there. As I get there, somebody will be there. Somebody will come out. A car will get parked to tighten up the passage for me. So you got to remember, when they tell you people on the internet, gang stalking, microchipped, and laser weapons, there ain't no laser weapons, guys. People do this to you. If people don't do this to you, nobody can. That's what it's revealing about it. People that live around you, they don't even know what they're doing. They don't. So it makes you question, who controls their mind? It's not them. Anyways, I'm walking into a walk-in clinic here. That's why I came to this plaza. As you see, the only store that someone walked in is the walk-in clinic. People talking there, look. Come out as I cross. Only store. All right, I gotta shut it off. I'll be in touch. I'm gonna leave it on, put it in my pocket. Always nobody ready to serve you. You have to wait. Waiting is a huge thing in it too. So it's the people doing this to you. Their minds are controlled. Is there anybody here in the clinic today? Oh, okay, thanks. I just heard a voice. I didn't see any people, so thanks. Radio's always on, TV's on, no, he isn't talking. Listen. You're gonna tell me to listen to this crap all day long? You go deaf. In every single establishment you walk into, who controls these people? How can they do things without knowing what they're doing to you? In every single place you walk into, the same elements, the same style, the same design. Garbage bins show up out of nowhere when they're usually tucked in or in different places. Maybe not in this video proving it, but on others they do prove it. The videos, watch them, my older videos. Somebody's coming and watch. No? See, that's what it is. So these people don't even know what they're doing to you. They have no clue at all, at all. It's like this entity that lives in their brain ordered them to go pick up their medication, their prescription from the pharmacy at this particular time. It's mind-boggling, guys. So eventually, it's been a year and a half for me now, it proves to you that these people, their minds are fully controlled. And if your mind can be 100% controlled, even move your arm when they want to, that means you have no more soul, no more emotion. You're not a human being anymore in that sense. You're still a physical entity that looks exactly like us. Is it possible to see a doctor? Thank you. Yes. Need the health card? There you go. Nice. Fill that. Fill that out over here. Watch how easy it's gonna get. Today's date is the 19th, so it's November 19, 2019. Okay. Noises, people coming in, moving, making noise, shutting doors, opening doors. That's how my life has been for the last 22 years since I got microchipped. It's funny, you don't realize it right away because you're so blinded and gullible and into the, brainwashed and you guys name it. But you gotta wake up to it sooner or later, to your surroundings, when you realize that everything you see through that TV is fake. Start paying more attention to your surroundings. You wake up to the way people around you, to what they're doing in detail, specifically the way they're moving, why they're doing certain things, and how come. And when you start asking all these questions. So since I came in here, I heard nothing but noise and people coming and doors shutting. Right? Watch. Now laughing and talking. Coughing. Pacing. More. Doors. Doors are the worst. Dish, 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 dish. It drives you mad. It stresses you out. All you gotta do is have those people follow you everywhere you go through the microchip. They can create all the business in the world. All they have to do is just pay some talk. The radio's always on. You always have to wait. I got here fast, so I got lucky. Coughing, hear that? Listen, it's hilarious. I can tell you everything that's gonna happen. Honking outside. How did you know about us? Let's give a mother. From closed clinic on Shepherd. They're talking now. They're gonna keep talking the whole time. Oh, kids screaming. That's the favorite. Watch, look. I'm gonna get up and look. They're gonna walk towards me. Look, they're gonna move. Look how they're gonna move. Now they're gonna move as I come here. There you go. The health card too? Okay. So usually health card, they don't get you to fill it up because they have it and they type it up, but they make you do more work. Now they're gonna come towards me. The baby cry. So that's the idea. Constant motion and noise in front of you wherever you go, even to a place that has no soul in it. It still has only one soul in it. Version code, I'm supposed to put that here, not here. Expiry date is here. There we go. That's how it is, guys. Beautiful life, eh? When this happens to you, a lot around you, everywhere you go, your soul gets pulled right out of your body. You feel empty the whole time and depressed from all the energy around you, sucking your soul right out of you, right? Thanks. Have a seat. Thanks. Here's a pen. Thanks. So I'm next, or? Thanks. Usually that doesn't happen. See, once it's over here to block that area, and once it's over here to block this area. So you don't have a quiet area to sit in. If you get over here, you take the beats. You go over there, you take the beats. Look how many spaces there are over there. But that's how it works. Because the idea is to pretty much clog you up everywhere you go and look for movement to happen quickly too. Lift up arms, lower arms, turn your head quickly, grab your hair, look at your watch. It's this arm up, arm down quick that pretty much drains your soul right out of you through your eyesight. And the quick, hard noise, construction, banging, which does the same but through your hearing. So, and it's so precise that I could walk into a hospital and put a camera outside of a door and show you when I'm far away. They don't talk. As my body gets to within a certain distance, they start talking. Guys, it's mind-boggling. So the microchip itself, obviously, when you experience all these things, then there's no other explanation but that. There's foreign bodies in your body that's pretty much you're being... I've proved them in my videos how they see right through my eyes. Everything I do, they mimic it outside. They got someone to do the same the next day or right away, or an ad on YouTube. Check out my older videos. You're going to love them. So this is pretty much a specific type of video to show you how... I'm gonna put a lot of clips in it. I've never done that before. Looking into it to spice it up for you guys so you could believe it more. That it's out there in the media and everything. Put the symbols for you, the numbers and clips from movies. How to justify the video to show you that this is real. This is not some fantasy that some guy just went nuts and that's what he's thinking. So it's footage. It's all about action. Words are cheap. You have to demonstrate and show actions to people and prove them. And this is how I'm going to make my case. I'm making appointments to get with ophthalmologists to remove the chip. And the entity that does this to you, that controls you through the microchip, is doing the impossible to prevent you by making your life a miserable nightmare, not making you appointments. So I've been through this for 4 or 5 months right now in order to get to where I am here. Kicking you out of hospitals for no reason, blocking you from going here, blocking you from going there, you know. Socially, she got in before me, look. But that's how it works. You see, this is how the entity works. All those tactics are the psychological warfare tactics that are supposed to pretty much drive you nuts. But when you go through this for a long time and understand the source, where it's coming from, you start to be able to ignore it because you get strong. You see all the constant motion. How are you? Hey, Doc, how are you?
You haven't seen you here before, huh?
No, this is the first time. I would think so. We're just, what about coming up? Not around. Okay.
What's the problem?
I have constant pain for the last, it's been a long time. I ignored it, about a year. In my right eye on the inside, somewhere around this area. It's not a headache. It's not, I've done a lot of tests and a lot of things.
What test time?
I did blood tests to see if there's any migraines that are causing it. It's not, it's actually, now it's been a year. It's from the eye. I just want to, make sure, I'm like that. I like to, look around for good ophthalmologists. I checked out a couple on the internet. Would it be possible to refer me to one of them?
So who is the one?
I think one of them is called...
You don't have any other information